Hello class, so as discussed in class, I'm going to go over the database really quick so you have this to refer to. So once you're on the library homepage, the URL is right here, library.fullcall.edu. You can go to this database here and then scroll down and click on EBSCOhost. Um, I'm at home, so it's asking me to log in. So this is what it will look like for you if you're researching at home. And then once I did that, then it brings me to this page, which is the automatic page it would bring you in if you are on the campus Wi-Fi or internet. So you're going to click on EBSCOhost. Once you click on EBSCOhost, you want to make sure that this box here is selected and then click continue. So this is the area that we looked at earlier today, or in class. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in some of the key terms that we came up with as a class. Um, I'm going to put in citizens. I think earlier actually we put in black, um, and then hate crimes, and then I was misspelling. Um, the search was coming up weird because United States was misspelled because I was rushing. So let's do it again and hit search. So it says there's 1,000 articles when we're using the ands. Remember, the ands can move to ors. So let's just leave it at that. So I want you to stay within the past 5 years, 10 years maximum. So here I want you to go ahead and put in 2012. So you want to make sure to change the year. When you do that, the page is going to reload. As you can see, it's reloading. So now that it's reloaded, then you can click on academic journals. And of course, because we have the ands, it's telling us that there's only two academic journals. So moving from words to action, reflections of a first year counselor educator for social justice. So this doesn't look like it's really going to be on topic. This one says discrimination is a key mediator of the relationship between post-traumatic stress and HIV treatment adherence among African American men. Again, this doesn't look totally on topic. But then we're going to go up here and do the ors. And I'll leave that and United States because we do need that. And then our year is the same, so we don't need to change that. But we do need to click again on academic journals. So I'm just scrolling down. Um, and I'm not seeing necessarily too many that are about our topic. So I'm going to scroll back to the top and change some of these key terms and change hate crimes to discrimination or citizenship. I'm going to add here on this plus another box, and I'm going to do or um, citizens' rights. And let's hit search. Every time you do search, as you can see, you're getting periodicals. It's changing your search results. So every time you have to go to academic journals and click on that. So once I clicked on it, it says all men are entitled to justice by the government, black workers, citizenship, letter writing in World War One. This seems like maybe it could be on topic, except that it is about World War One. So that means that it would not be contemporary enough. Um, this one is the one that we saw in class, this idea of disappearing black holes, and it's um, not necessarily on topic. So citizens of the county, their domicile, conscription, and Confederate citizenship. Citizen Kane, the everyday ordeals and self-fashioned citizenship. Okay, so again, um, we're not getting the kinds of results that we want, so we need to change again um, our search term. So I'm going to change, since we have citizens' rights, I'm going to add racism here and see what happens. And then once I change that, then we got the challenges of teaching about Black Lives Matter movement, a dialogue, reclaiming the white coat for Black lives, racism anywhere threatens freedom everywhere, the legacy of Martin Luther King, beyond berets, the Black Panthers as health activists, from black and white to left and right, race perceptions and candidates on ideologies and voting behavior in U.S. House elections. Um, White Coats for Black Lives, Young Voices Within Medicine, um, a research agenda for racial equity, applications of the Ferguson Commission report up to public health. So, Black Lives Matter, a commentary on racism and public health. So here, we're getting a lot more results of something that we would need. I'm going to click on this one here. And so once you click on it, then you want to look at the abstract and see if it's going to seem like it relates to the topic. And it says the recent non-indictments of police officers who killed unarmed Black men have incited popular and scholarly discussions on racial injustices in our legal system, racialized police violence, and police misconduct. What is glaringly absent is a public health perspective in response to these events. We aim to fill this gap and expand the current dialogue beyond these isolated incidents to a broader discussion of racism in America and how it affects the health and well-being of people of color. So I think that even though this is a little bit outside of what our topic is, that it's still addressing sort of this inequity, and that people of color don't end up having the same rights within healthcare. So this could be a good article. So let's type in Black Lives and click search. Um, I'm going to take off that one and then do search again. And then we have to click on, I just realized, academic articles, because otherwise you're going to get a lot of different types of articles. So we're getting similar results. So I'm going to go ahead and do Black um, oppression, United States, and then let's just do citizen. And click on academic journals. We only got 80, so okay, so that search is not working very well, so let's do racism at the top. Let's do rights violations in the United States and see what happens. Let's get rid of this last one, hit search. So when we do that right away, this brings us to immigrant rights. So the citizens or rights violations is definitely changing how we look at this. So let's Let's do or African American, and then let's add one more or black and see what happens. All right, so let's click on academic journals. Okay, so this one seems like it might be on topic. Black students' educational experiences in predominantly white universities. Um, a review of the related literature, the challenges of teaching about Black Lives Matter movement, assessing the impact of racism on Black faculty in white academia, a collective case study of African American female faculty, skin tone stratification among Black Americans, 2001 to 2003. Um, this is in the past decade, dedicated collection of scholars have examined the matter of skin tone stratification within Black American population and found that a complexion has a significant, so this could be good for racial profiling. Go ahead and click on this. And so, okay, so it always has key terms here. Those key terms may be ones you use. Here's the PDF full text if you want to download it. You can click add to folder if you're signed in and save your searches there. If you want to send this to yourself, then you're going to click on email. I'm going to go ahead and put in my email address. And then in the subject line, I always just copy and paste the title. And then here is where you're going to want to click on citation format and click MLA. And it's going to send the citation in the email. If you forget to do that, you can always go back to find the article on the database. Click right here where it says cite. You scroll down and it says MLA. And you can go ahead and just copy and paste this into your works cited page. So it's this right here that I'm going to want you to add to your 600 words, 650 words that you turn in for homework. So I'm going to need this works cited page at the end of what you've written. And hopefully this clarifies for everyone what it is that you're supposed to do.